Be you. Be 100% you. Don't you ever be made to feel like being all of you is too much for anybody. See, here's the problem. Here's the challenge. So many times there are so many different sides of us that people don't really understand how much of you there really is. So be all of you. You can be the father and the friend. You can be the pastor and the person. You can be the minister and the man, the minister and the woman. You can be the employee and the employer. But you have to choose to be you. You see, I thought that I couldn't be a pastor and still have some issues. I thought that I couldn't be a minister without being perfect. But I realized that God used those imperfections to make me who I am and to use me for what he's called me to do, to use me to encourage people just like you. Don't you ever feel like, you're too much for anybody. Don't you ever feel like the different parts of you contradict themselves, because God will use what some people think are dysfunctions as something that he can use for distinctions later on. So be 100% you. If you have an attitude problem, maybe you turn that into drive. If you have a mouth problem, maybe you turn that into boldness for speaking against the injustices in the society. But be 100% you. You see, what I realize is that even in the Bible, we found that Jesus had to be 100% of two types of people. He was 100% man while he was still 100% God. So be 100% you. You can be 100% of a leader, but still have some insecurities in some other areas. You can be 100% of a teacher and still recognize you need to be taught in some areas. But you have to choose to be 100% you. Now, how do you do that? You do that by deciding to figure out who you are. Deciding to take the time to discover what you like, what you're drawn to, what comes to you naturally. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? What is it that you do naturally that nobody else can do as good as you? There is only one version of you. No need for any copies and no need for you to be divided. Be 100% you.